Hi everyone, welcome to Paper Wishes weekly webisodes. I'm Lene Garrigan. Today I have a great collection of Edgeable cutting dies from our friends at Crafters Companion. These are Gemini delicate lace borders. They're so gorgeous. They make cards just like this one where there's 3 borders stacked up. There's so much you can do with these and I can't wait to show you more. So come back and play with us. So let's start with this first one. This is the Elegant Opulent set. As you can see, it comes with 3 lace borders. Now, these are cut individually for this card, so they fit through any size machine. They're about 6 1/8 of an inch long, okay? So if you fit them through your machine this way to do each panel, it's fine. Going through this way, it would only work if you had a larger format, like 9-inch wide die cutting machine. Although we have some tricks and tips for you, so hold on and watch. So for this particular one, the 3 layers, the largest one starts here, and then of course you've got the next one and the next one. So let me show you first what I used for this card, and then I'm going to show you how to put this together. So for my card, I started out with a 5 by 6.5 inch wide card, and then what I did was I just cut off a 1/2 inch. So now it's 5 by 6 inches, all right? And then I cut off a little bit of my card here. And you know what? I forgot to measure it. So let's see. I cut off 3 inches. So we're going to cut off 3 inches. So you have a 2-inch wide panel right here. All right? So that's one thing. Then the papers I used, right here, I used 6 by 6 Wildflowers pattern cardstock, and all my layers come from this one right here. Did I say Wildflowers? This is Windflowers pattern cardstock, and then this is the Windflowers solid cardstock that I used for all of my lace borders. I also, this is brand new for us, these are the wonderful new colors that we have for the Butterfly Dazzle stickers. If you can see those, gold, pink, and purple, perfect for spring, and I added those right here. And then this is from the colorful Thin Line Dazzle stickers, and I've linked that down below, okay? I think I've got everything there. So let's start with this. First thing you want to do is cut some coordinating cardstock. You can of course do this with white cardstock, it would be beautiful. And I cut this cardstock to be 6 inches wide, so it's the same width as my card, all right? And then I took the largest die and I just placed that right below. And then it's okay if it kind of goes off the edge just a little bit. That was not a problem at all. And then if you have a magnetic sheet on your die cutting machine, then you don't need to secure this in any way. You just set that through, run it through your die cutting machine. If you don't have a die cutting machine, if you don't have a magnetic sheet on your die cutting machine, a little low tack tape is really nice to use. So what I like to do is just take a little bit and I like to anchor it on the area that's going to be cut away. So that's anything below this border. And I would just anchor it just like that. Okay, run that through my die cutting machine, and then this is what I'm going to get, right? And a little tip for you. This is a really intricate cutting die. Oh, I was like, where did I put it? This is a really intricate cutting die, and it's going to get filled with all of these little pieces of paper. So there's a couple of helpful tools for you I want to point out. Now, if you find that to be like a really satisfying thing to do, is to like poke out everything from the back. Some people like to do that. Little pokey tool is very handy. Or a die brush, where you just turn it over and you brush it through these little holes and everything falls out. This is really handy. We also have this product, which is the quick release die paper. And I hadn't used it until this particular project, and I am a fan. Okay, it's amazing. So I'm going to show you how this works. You cut it. It has a little serrated edge in here, so you would tear it off just like you would like wax paper. Okay, so you would tear it off, take what you want, and then tear it off. I found that to be a little challenging actually, so I just cut it, okay? And you want to cut it, you don't want to waste it, so just cut what you need. In fact, I cut a little too much here. So let me trim this down because I can use this with another one of the smaller dies. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to put it right here, and then you're going to put it on your paper like that. Now, oops, I'm off the edge. So you're going to put it through your paper like that. Now, if you have that magnetic sheet on your die cutting machine that I was talking about, that's all you need to do. You run it through your machine. And if you don't, you're going to need to secure it, which is a little tricky because you have this right here. So what I did was got this all aligned right here. And I'm just kind of assuming that not all of you have the magnetic sheet on your die cutting machine. So we're going to go like this. I just put it around the back. All right, so I ran this through my die cutting machine, okay, just like this. I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to show you. Look how clean that is. And those of you who do a lot of die cutting will know that's a miracle. Because a lot of times this really sticks in there like crazy. So, really nice and clean, except for the little tape there. All these pieces came out. Okay, all I've got are the little pieces that had the tape with them left in there, which I think is fantastic. What a time saver. There you go. That's pretty clean. All right. Plus, when you're done, this is so pretty. This wax papery thing here, this is really amazing. It's got some sort of film on it that just makes it quick release, and it's really pretty. And the sheets that are in here, I mean, I'm not so sure you couldn't use this for like card making on its own. It's gorgeous. All right, so that's that tip. I really wanted to share that with you guys because I was really impressed by that. All right, so let's get back to the layers here. We've got all of our layers done. So the first thing you do is we're going to glue this layer right back here, okay? And I'm just going to use my Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. Just gonna put some right on the back of this. Oops, got out of order. Holy cow, you guys. That's not right. So I did the same thing on the edge of this one, okay? Right on the edge of this one. This one is actually going to go here. Ooh, I'm glad I caught that. All right, that one goes down first. Then the back one goes down. Okay, like that. And then this last little one, okay, die cut that too. And how do you align these? That's my question when I first started was, I just sort of set the paper right here and allowed for this edge and just align them by placing paper just like that. So I started off with this one. And then I was like, okay, I cut the center one and I put some paper over that, and then I placed the die where I wanted it, removed that paper, and then die cut that. So that's how you're stacking them up. And then this one right here just goes right over the top of the card. Go. And then I just took a strip of that beautiful 6x6 paper and just cut that and glued that right over the top of that. And then some more of that paper just got glued right in here. Okay, so this part right here I can trim down because I got a little overzealous with that. Go. So yeah, that's how you layer those, you guys. And it's not hard and just takes a few steps, but the lace and stacking those lace panels is so gorgeous. All right, so let me show you some more. All right, this one my friend Debbie made. She did such a beautiful job, and she die cut her little lace borders out of vellum or parchment. And this one is the Sensational Scallops die set. This is what this one looks like, all these beautiful scallops. And let me show you how she did hers right here. First, I want to show you, this is the parchment that she used. It's from Hunky Dory. It's got all these fantastic pastel colors. Really, really beautiful. Okay. She used that, and she paired that. This is with 12 by 12 X-ray flowers, and this is brand new for us from hot off the press. So she covered her 6 by 5 inch card with the X-ray flowers, sort of pink patterned paper. And then this is what she did with these dies, you guys. This is from beautiful gold metallic paper, and I just wanted to bring this in as well. So she cut this to the size of the card. Okay, this is the first layer. And then she took the largest one of these dies, she put it right there and put it through her machine, and then removed this one and then put it on the other side and put it through the machine. All right, so this is what you're left with this big center part. Glued this down. She did this out of green vellum and glued that down, and then did the same with a smaller strip of pink and the same with a smaller strip of purple. Gorgeous, really beautiful. And then this oval greeting is from the paper pack. So just another thing you can do with that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and then this one I made. This is the Pretty Lace. That's what the dies look like. Okay, and this one I made horizontally, and I only used 2 of the dies. I used this one right here, and I cut this from this gorgeous white glitter cardstock. And then I covered my 6 by 5.5 inch card. Remember, all these cards started out at 6.5, and we just cut a ½ inch off. I covered my card with Romantic Florals, beautiful pattern cardstock, and I used this one right here. And then I covered the inside of my card with a coordinating kind of a blushy pink solid cardstock. And I just cut about 1.5 inches from the bottom of the card. And then I used this one right here, and I die cut that from beautiful metallic gold cardstock. And I just glued that right across that bottom edge. Okay? It looks like it's cut from the edge of the card, but it's not. I just glued that across there. That's what that is. And this white one right here, this white glitter cardstock, it was very stark against this sort of vintage looking rose paper. So actually I just took some Friar Brown ink and this little applicator, and I just inked the edge of that before gluing that down, just to soften that up and give that a little bit of a vintage look. And then this little image right here is from the paper pack, and I used a scallop circle die to cut that out. I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bit of a scallop on it. And I foam taped that right there, and I just used some little pink ribbon to make a bow, and then cut some of this metallic cardstock into strips, and I glued one at the top and then one right here. And this one right here, I wanted to point out, when I die cut my images, I cut off some of this metallic gold, and then I left the die about 1/4 inch right there from the edge of the paper. And then when I put it through, I had this nice little border right there. And that's true of this one up here as well. All right, let's see, what else have I got for you guys? Oh yes. This one is Flowers and Swirls. And where did I put the cutting dies? Here we are. This is what the die set looks like. Gorgeous. And then look what Debbie did. Oops. Well, tangled up here on Debbie's card. With this card. She's black cardstock on this, you guys. Look how gorgeous that is. I'm trying to make it so it doesn't blend into my black background. There we go. We can see that nicely. All right, so I'm going to show you how she did this one. This is what these borders look like, okay, when they are cut. Here we go. Oh, I grabbed the wrong ones. Here we are. We got it. Right there and right there. Okay, and so what she did with these, to create her background, she's black cardstock. So this is actually 5 3/4 inch wide and 8 1/4 inch long. And then she folded it at just about 5 inches right there. So she has this nice border right here. And then she took the center or the medium die, put it right here. And that's what that beautiful edge is right there. And put that through her machine. Now, because this is going through this way, okay, and that is a little wider than your machine. Let me make sure that this one is. Yeah, I mean, this one's right at 6 inches. So this one was able to go through the 6-inch wide platform just fine. Okay, and she went ahead and secured that, goes through your machine, and then you get this beautiful edge. Now, if that's not something you're comfortable doing, remember you can do the same thing that I did here, and you can die cut that from black cardstock and then glue it onto the edge of your card. All right, and then she did this fantastic job of painting them with this new product that we have. Grab this. Okay, what she used on this right here, on this piece, she started off with white cardstock, just like this, and she painted it. This is Jane Davenport Star Power ink, and this color is, where's the color? Claudette, and it's this really great lime green. This one is Jane, and then this one is Jean. They all have these great names. And you guys, these are inks or paints, and they have these fantastic, beautiful, pigmented, pearlescent finish on them. I'm going to show you how to use them. Of course, she used straight line dazzle stickers here and script greeting dazzles. Those are linked down below. So let me show you. Let me grab my craft mat. These are really fascinating inks because they have a little dauber on them. So she started off with white cardstock for these pieces right here. And then of course this is on black. So let's start off with some of this gold. It's got all of this fantastic pearlized pigment at the bottom, and you have to shake it up. Okay, and let's take a look at what it looks like when you're going to paint it on black and white cardstock. It's got a dauber on it, which is amazing. So this thing right here, it's like this little plunger thing, and you push it down and you get this little dauber. I'm going to put it on black and white cardstock. And then you just take a paintbrush. I'm going to grab my paintbrushes. Where are they? Here they are. And then this is what it looks like on black. I think this must be alcohol based, you guys, because they dry very, very, very quickly. All right, and I'm going to grab a wipe. I'm going to see if they do come off or if I'm going to have to use something else to clean my brush. Well, it seems to be cleaning off just fine. All right, so let's take a look at this one. This one is the Claudette. You really have to shake them up good. And you can see that this is drying. It's got this fantastic pearl finish. And that's almost dry. They dry incredibly fast. Okay, you're just going to plunge that down just a little bit for that dropper. And the reason I brought my craft mat out is you could just put some drops on your craft mat. Look at that. So what Debbie did was she took this border. Keep getting these tangled up. Look at that. There we go. Took this border and she just painted that on there. And I'm pretty sure she used like a large paintbrush to do this. Let me grab my large one, put a little bit more down. You know what, I'm going to put it on the craft mat, which is what I initially brought it out for, because then it's not going to absorb and dry. Oh, I love that. So cool. That's really beautiful. Now we're going to let that dry for a minute. Yeah, it's cleaning up fine. I mean, it must not be alcohol based because it's cleaning up with just this wipe, like water. All right, so while that's just drying a little bit, what I'm kind of curious about is, I do know you need to really shake them up because there's so much pigment that settles in the bottom. And you can hear that little shaker thing in there. All right. Let's just see if we put a little bit more on the bottom edge of this card. If you layer it up, if it becomes more opaque on the black. I'm just really curious. Yeah, I feel like that does. If you give it another layer, it's becoming more opaque on the card. I'm gonna get some more on there. So while I finish this up, you guys, let me tell you, we have a fantastic money saver. So be sure to check that out. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, right over there on the right-hand side. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we haven't forgot about you. It's below the description box. And if you click on that link, it'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page and show you all of the things that I've just shown you, all of the little fantastic dies and all of these beautiful products that we've used today. I had so much fun working on these. I think I'm missing a card. Here it is. Using them with parchment, and these fantastic new paints are amazing. They're from the UK. So you guys, we had a great time. I hope you give these cutting dies a try. As you can see, they're super versatile, and definitely check out that money saver. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you next time.